Okay, good evening, everyone. Am I
Good
audible
evening,
and
sir.
visible enough?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. So, my name is Sulabh. I am the cybersecurity expert. So, let me introduce myself. So, I have around total 13 years of experience in cybersecurity, and it's been almost 8 years since I am delivering the training in cybersecurity, especially in SOC. I have trained more than 20,000 people here in SIEM Expert institution. And before I go ahead, one rule of this whole session is I have not muted anyone. The rule is you have to keep your mic on mute always. However, why we have not muted you is if you have any question in between, you are free to ask. But make sure that you should keep your mic on mute all the time unless you don't have any question, right? So it's been 8 years since I'm delivering this training. I have trained more than 20,000 people so far in this SIM expert institution. And overall, if you talk about various seminars and webinars, corporate trainings, almost I have mentored 50,000 plus people. Since 2016, I'm delivering this training along with my job. My last company was Ericsson Global. I worked till 2019. Uh, I worked as a solution architect in in Ericsson. I was involved in setting up the SOC, deploying the SIM tool and various security tools end to end. I started my career as an analyst. And if you talk about my certification, I have various industry certification, including Splunk architect, Splunk administrator certification, QRadar, McAfee, various certification I have. Right? If you talk about the list, it's a big list of certification. So you're not learning from someone who is just a trainer who just have the theoretical knowledge. You're learning from someone who is having the practical knowledge, who is in practical experience in setting up the SOC end to end. So in this masterclass of 2 hours, I hope you have seen the topics that we are going to talk about is career in cybersecurity, right? So you understand, right, that digitalization is happening very fast. You are seeing, right, in a daily basis, you are seeing new companies are happening. New companies are coming, online. New businesses are coming online. So digitalization happening very fast. Either you have to order your food or you have to wash your clothes, right? Just you can, open, app. You can, open the website and you can order it, right? So these companies are actually collecting your personal information, your debit card, credit card information, isn't it? So they have to ensure that your personal information, your debit card, credit card information should be secure, isn't it? Even, government ensure that if these companies are collecting your personal information, right, your credit card, debit card information, if those information is being compromised, it's not only the loss of the company, but it's a loss of the government, it's a loss of whole country, right? So government also ensures that if any company collects such information, has to ensure the security of such information as well. So government creates various policies. Those policies we call as compliance policies. And government implements certain policies that if you are working on certain industries and if you're collecting certain if you're collecting certain kind of data, you have to ensure that such public data should be secure. Now, in order to secure the data, public data, user data, those company will have to implement certain security tools. Yes or no? If those company will implement certain security tools, they have to hire people like us who can manage those security tools. So you are seeing day-to-day basis, you are seeing new companies are coming online, new companies are starting their business online. Yes or no? All you can see all the industries nowadays having business online. Previously, if you are seeing, we have to, for any business, we have to go and fill up the physical form. Now, not only IT or finance company, banking company, every either pharmaceutical, either construction, hospitality, every company now, whatever service you want, they have their business online. You don't have to visit their office physically. That means all the companies are storing data online. That means all this company has to secure the data which they are keeping online. That means all this company has to deploy certain security tools. All these companies are coming under the compliance policies because all these companies are collecting such data. If they will implement these security tools, of course, they need to hire people us who can manage those security tools. That is the reason how the digitalization is growing exponentially. On the same way, growth in cybersecurity jobs are also happening exponentially. On the same way, cyber attacks also growing exponentially. Cyber criminals also seeing the growth in, in the hacking on the attacks, right? On their benefit also they are saying exponentially. If digitalization happening exponentially, attacks will also increase day by day, and hence the growth in cybersecurity jobs also increase day by day. Hence, cybersecurity resources do not work only certain industry like finance or IT or banking domain. Cybersecurity jobs has the requirement across all the industries nowadays. Certain people ask me that how will be the growth in cybersecurity? Right now, we understand it's good growth, but what will be the growth in next 2 years, next 5 years, next 10 years? Then you can answer this yourself. Previously, if you see, you used to buy mobile of 2 GB, 3 GB RAM, 2 GB RAM, right? It was sufficient for you because you used to install around 15, 20 apps. Now people are seeing 8 GB, 16 GB RAM mobile, 8 GB minimum mobile, right? 6 GB or 8 GB. Why they are looking for 8 GB mobile? Because they need to install more and more application. If you see previously how many app you used to install and now how many applications you are installing, you understand RAM is related to application because more and more apps will run on your mobile. That means more and more app will be held on your memory, will be held in memory, will run on your memory. That means more and more memories, that means RAM is required. That means you have seen yourself that number of apps has been grown up. So do you think that in next 2 years or next 5 years, if right now you have 30 apps, in next 2 years, you will have 20 apps? I don't think so. And I don't think so. You are also thinking, you are not also not thinking like that, right? Number of apps will be increasing day by day. Yes or no? That means number of apps in the sense, number of businesses. Yes, so number of businesses are actually increasing day by day. That's the reason you have more and more apps. If number of businesses are increasing day by day, that means there'll be demand in cyber security. Cyber attacks also increase day by day. Cyber threats also increasing day by day. Then you can get the answer yourself that demand of the cyber security resources also increasing day by day. Yes or no? That's the reason people ask what is the growth and you get the answer yourself. What will be the growth? People ask that my salary is this much, how much salary I can get in cybersecurity? Then answer is there is no standard. All the standard has been broken in cybersecurity. The salary standard. There is no standard. If you have the skills, if the experience and the skill sets which are required in the modern cybersecurity, modern SOC, then the sky is the limit. Main is the skills, what skills you are having. There is no standard that if you have 2 years experience, or if you have 5 experience, then your package will be 12 lakhs or 15 lakhs. Somewhere 5 years experience people are getting 10 lakhs, and somewhere 5 years experience people are getting 40 lakhs also. It all depends on the skills. It's cybersecurity is one of the top skills if you are coming on the field, in a sense, because things are getting changed. It's a technology, right? You have to brush up and you have to keep yourself up to date. So this is the career in cybersecurity. Now, who can start the career in cybersecurity? Is this required only experienced people who are in cybersecurity, they can grow, or only people who are technical graduate, they can start the career? Who are the computer science, who can start the career? Now, so many people have so many questions. If you are non-technical people, can you start the career? Non-technical graduate? The answer is, nowadays, companies has become very realistic. Your degrees are just the piece of paper. Main is your skills, your experience. You understand, right? Now, what is the level of your education in the college? What, education we are having in the college, only 5%, 10%, hardly we are using in the real-time world. It was time when company used to ask, majority of company, okay, you should be a B.Tech in computer science. If you want to get into the IT, you have to be a B.Tech in the computer science or IT field. Now the time has gone. Companies have become very realistic. Majority of the companies are not looking at your degree, what you have done in your graduation. They're looking for what skill set you have, what experience you are having, and how you are performing during the interview, not about your degree. So if you are the BA, BCom, or any non-technical degree holder also, there is no problem. If I'm the computer science degree, I know the computer, right? The only thing is, computer science, you have done whole programming and so many things. In cybersecurity, 95% people are not at all a programmer. They do not know the ABCD of programming. 95% people. Only if you have Python knowledge, it can helpful for doing some kind of automation. If you are already having, but that is also not mandatory. In order to start your career in cybersecurity, some basic knowledge of computer is enough. So if you do not have that basic knowledge also, see, if I have done computer science engineering, right, spent 4 years, right, only knowledge that will be useful to start my career in cybersecurity is basic computer knowledge, basic network knowledge, if I have it already. If you are non-technical, maybe you may take 15 days, 1 month extra to learn those basic computer. That's it, nothing more than that. The only thing is, you are always thinking that you are non-technical. You have to remove that kind of thinking, that kind of thought that you have, that you're non-technical. Right? So any graduate can start their career in cybersecurity. Just need to have basic computer knowledge, Excel, PowerPoint, mostly Excel, PowerPoint, basic knowledge of who is started presenting like that again and again. So that is required. And basic networking. See, in the we start the career in cybersecurity, we do not need full networking expert level of networking. We need basic knowledge of networking, because as cybersecurity analysts, we are not going to work on the router and switches. Now, but in order to secure the network, we should have the understanding of the network. So basic understanding of the network is enough. That too, we have those fundamental all 9-day session already in YouTube. If you visit SIEM Expert YouTube channel, I have already covered basic networking and security session in my YouTube channel. You can watch it and you cover those fundamentals to start your career in cybersecurity. 9 days on which I have covered full networking, internet, networking background, networking basics, as well as security basics, which are required to start your career as a base foundation to start your career in cybersecurity. Rest, after watching those sessions, if you have the computer knowledge, basic computer, because computer nobody can teach you. If you do not have basic computer knowledge, how to operate computer, that you have to learn yourself, or you might have to join some basic computer class, right? But fundamental network, we cover it here. That means we have already session on YouTube. Rest you can learn after going through those basic networking session. Everybody on the same page. Either you are already working in cybersecurity or you are new in cybersecurity, fresher, technical, non-technical, everybody with the same page. So this cybersecurity, we work on the tools. We do not use any programming. Only 5% required if you want to do some kind of automation. That comes under the advanced role. If you work on the SOAR concept, I will tell you what is SOAR. So in that case, if you want to do some kind of automation, that point of time, we need to write certain kind of Python script. Otherwise, majority of time, we do not need any programming, right? So cybersecurity, you see, the growth is also good. And this thing also, easy also to enter into cybersecurity, right? So that is how, the growth and demand in cybersecurity and who all can, start their career in cybersecurity, right? Now, in cybersecurity, there are total 7 domains. In those 7 domains, in security, if you talk about, there are 2 things, defensive security and offensive security, right? There are 2 things. There are 2 parts of security. One is defensive and another is offensive, right? Here in this class, we are talking about the SOC. SOC means Security Operations Center. So let me tell you what is defensive security and what is offensive. The SOC comes under the defensive security. So defensive security means the team of people who monitor the real-time threats, who defend the cyber attacks. The team of people who defend the cyber attack, right? In case of any cyber attack is happening, they have to investigate, they have to stop, they have to remediate, right? That team we call it defensive security. The set of people, a team which work on the, on the attacks. In case of any attack is happening, they will defend, in the sense they will investigate, analyze, and take the action to stop it. That kind of team is called as defensive security, or we also call as blue team. Another team is called as offensive security or red team. We also call as ethical hackers. If you know, right, CH training is also part of offensive security, OSCP, CEH, penetration testing, right? Those training comes under the offensive security. So some people ask also, what is the good career in offensive or defensive? Which one is good, offensive or defensive? Everybody knows cybersecurity means, most of the people knows that cybersecurity means ethical hacking, because in the real time, what they heard this word, ethical hacking, right? And people do not know much about the SOC, while career is much better in defensive security, in SOC, than offensive security. But most of the people are not aware. In the real-time world, on a day-to-day life, they heard this word hacking, hence they start learning ethical hacking. Let me tell you that what is the use of ethical hacking in the corporate, what is the use of penetration testing, that we also call it offensive security. Offensive security team that we call as blue team, red team. Offensive security people work as a part of a red team. So what they do is, red teaming people, what they do is, they try to penetrate the network, your company network, like an attacker. If you have the network, right, what they will do, they will try to penetrate like an attacker. Let's say this is your company network. This is your company network where you have taken the internet connection from ISP, right? So what ethical hacker or penetration tester will do from outside, they will try to penetrate your company. They will find out the vulnerabilities, means weaknesses on your network devices, on your whole network, right? And what they will do is they will try to penetrate like an attacker. If they can penetrate, that means attacker can also penetrate. That is the reason this is called as testing. This person or this team is not an attacker, not an attacker. Ethical, that is what you call ethical hacker, right? These people we call as ethical hacker. Those are not actually hacker. These are ethical hacker, not cyber criminal. We only given the project to this team, outside people. We only given the project. Do one thing: you test our network, you find out the weaknesses in our network, and try to penetrate it. If they can penetrate, that means our network is weak. Our network is vulnerable. If this person or this team, outside team, can penetrate, that means a real attacker, real cyber criminal can also penetrate the network, right? So before actual attack happens, if we get the report from these ethical hackers, we can fix those weaknesses, we can fix those vulnerabilities. Yes or no? So this is the work of offensive security or penetration tester or red team. People mute your mic, please. This is the work of red team or offensive security team or penetration tester that we call as. So now, you know what? SOC team, I will tell you what is SOC also, that we also call blue team. Blue team will be inside to your company, fully monitoring your network 24/7 for any attack. Every company will have the blue team inside to their company. While red team, most of the company will not have red team. Red team will be the outside people, third party vendors. Because if my people will do this penetration testing, try to test my network, it does not make any sense. Because they already knows about my network. They already know about my network. They already know where is my firewall, what is the IP of my firewall, which tool we have installed. Yes or no? So if someone who is already aware about our network trying to penetrate does not make any sense, because attacker is also not aware about the network, right? So if someone who is like an attacker who does not have any information, if he is trying to penetrate, we get the actual information. If my internal people is trying to penetrate, that does not make any sense. Yes or no? So that is the reason this offensive security penetration testing is always performed by third-party vendors, not by our internal team. That is the reason penetration testing or ethical hacking requirement is not for every company. Only certain service provider vendors will require the penetration tester or red team, not every company. Get it mind? And penetration testing is not a continuous task. It happens maybe monthly, quarterly, half yearly, or yearly. This is not a continuous process. There is a compliance requirement as per the government that every company, certain company as per the industry, okay, if you're falling under banking industry, then every quarter you have to perform penetration testing and get the certificate also that you have completed penetration testing. Get your point? So you have to get the certificate. So that has to be done by the third party vendors, not by your company. That is the reason penetration testing or offensive security has the less demand in the market compared to defensive security, that means SOC. Getting them? Or blue team. Defensive security or blue team, we call as this SOC, right? SOC comes under the blue team or defense security team, while penetration testing comes under the offense security or red team. If any company has both, then we call as which team? Which team? पर्पल की स्पेलिंग क्या है? पर्पल टीम. पर्पल टी स्पेलिंग, right? Purple. This combination of both team is called as purple team, but this is the rare combination. Purple team is the rare. Only small company may have, which are providing the services to any customer, right? They may have the combination, but for the company their own, they will not have this purple team. You got your point? Clear this to everyone? So the demand is more for defense security compared to offensive, compared to penetration testing. SOC is having more demand because SOC has the requirement across all the industry. Now, majority of the industries are falling under SOC compliance. At the compliance, as per the compliance, majority of industries should have the SOC team. Now, I will tell you what is SOC and why do we need SOC. What is the requirement of SOC? Let me tell you that.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to find out, where did you say the purple team comes in?
What? Where?
The purple team. If the blue team are for are within a company, and then the purple team, the red team are coming from outside the company.
Right.
Then the purple team, where do they fall in?
Purple team mostly with the service provider. Mostly service provider, right? So let's say we are providing cybersecurity services, right? So we are providing SOC services as well, and we are providing penetration testing service as well, right? So our team is the purple team because the team is sitting together. They are doing penetration testing also, and they are providing SOC services as well. So this team is called as purple team. Got it?
Sir, I have also one question. Like how VAPT is different from the red team.
VAPT, most of the, see, ID vulnerability assessment team is the part of SOC, while penetration testing is the part of defense and security. So when you call us VAPT, ideally in a VAPT team, vulnerability assessment will be done by internal team, but for penetration testing, they take the help of outside vendor. Team is called as VAPT team in any of the company. VAPT team, but VA they do it internally, vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, they outsource. They take the help of outside vendors. Got it?
Okay, got it.
Okay. Let me draw the typical architecture of a company. Let's say this is the switch. Switch, you understand, right? Your end computer will be connected to switch server, desktop, laptop, right? Will be connected to the switch. In simplest network I'm drawing right now. And you will have a gateway router. And you will take the internet connection from ISP, right? Internet service provider, ISP, maybe Airtel, right? Jio Reliance, Jio, Tata Communication in India, right? And it will be connected further to the internet world. So you understand, this is your gateway router, right? In the company, your internet will be terminated to the gateway router, right? After that, you will have a switch. Then in switch, you will have further, your end device will be connected, servers as well as it is not as simple as this, but I have drawn just simplest architecture. So you understand, by this architecture, after having internet connection, all these computers will be able to access the internet, right? Connectivity has been established. At the same way, outside people also can access your internal resources, right? the full communication will be established. That means outside people, as per this architecture, there is no restrictions. It's a kind of open network because it's a public network, right? Internet means public network. Anybody in public network, good people, bad people, both? Yes or no? In public network, you don't have only good people, you have bad people also. If your network is connected with public network, internal network is connected with the public network, may possible that bad people can come inside to your network and compromise your system. That means steal your information. Yes or no? Can shut down your systems, can create the backdoors, right? To secure. So in that case, we have to secure the network. So there are some standard security devices that you deploy, like firewall, right? Different security devices. If you want to learn in detail, you can watch my 9-day session in YouTube where we talk about different security devices. Okay. So like firewall, you have IPS, IDS, you have proxy, email gateway, different security devices, right? You know what happened? Majority of the antivirus you have, right? Majority of these devices works based on the predefined signature. Based on predefined signature. Predefined signature means, let's say this is the firewall. Let's say this is Cisco firewall. Which firewall? This is Cisco firewall. That means you have bought this firewall from Cisco, right? So what happens is, any of these devices, when you buy and deploy in your network, these devices will have connectivity with the respective vendor cloud. Let's say you bought it from Cisco, then this device will be connected with Cisco cloud. Cisco cloud, in the sense, Cisco will have a threat intelligence team, R&D team, threat intelligence company, threat intelligence team. So Cisco team will do the R&D, will do the research, which all the IP addresses are involved in any kind of suspicious activities, malicious activities, right? And those list of IP address will be updated in the firewall, right? Similarly, these devices like proxy will have URL, IP address will have the, will have the signature, like IP addresses, right? As well as application level of information. Antivirus will also have the signature behavior based on hash value, right? So all these devices work based on signature. Respective information of threat intelligence will be updated on these devices. So as soon as any connection comes and hit to these devices will check whether particular IP address, URL, or port number or hash value is there on the list or not. In this ACL, access control list, we call as. If it is there, these devices will understand it's a malicious connection, malicious communication. They will deny. Why we have these kind of devices? For multi-layer of security. You understand, right? At your home also, you have multi-layer of security. You have gate. Then you have door on the living room. You have door on the bedroom. You have another door on the wardrobe. You have another door on locker. Yes or no? Why? Multi-layer of security. If anybody will unlock, will be able to break down the lock in the main gate, you have another door, another lock. That we call as multi-layer security. Hence, in network also, you have multi-layer of security for multi-communication. Yes or no? If one device failed, you have another. Endpoint security, you have antivirus. Network device failed, you have antivirus. If, let's say, malware has reached to your system, you have antivirus for endpoint security, right? So in network security, we believe on multi-layer of security. If one particular security device get failed also, we have another device secure. Maybe other device have the signature to detect it. Yes or no? But one thing is common, that all the devices works based on the predefined signature. Yes or no? All the devices get the signature from the respective vendor cloud. Respective vendor has the threat intelligence team. They update the signature. As soon as any new malware, any new virus, any new attacker comes, what is the information like hash value, URL, IP address, particular port number, they will update the value in the respective device. If your company also get that communication, they will deny. That is the standard network security architecture. How these devices will secure the network. But you understand, nowadays, since the digitalization is happening exponentially, growing exponentially, cyber crimes also increasing exponentially. And this, attackers are not like a physical thieves, right? These attacker cyber criminals are very well educated people. Software engineers, software developers, very well educated, intelligent people. They always find the new ways to penetrate your network, isn't it? And there's a possibility that software developer develop a new malware. Malware is nothing but the malicious software, right? That is again a software, but being used for malicious activity, hence we call as malware, right? So let's say this malware developer, that means software developer, attacker, cyber criminal, had developed a new malware, right? And it is starting from new IP address. That IP address that he has subscribed, registered, has never been used for any attack. All is new. This file is new, means hash value is never been, had never been the part of any signature, right? That means all this device will get failed to detect as a part of signature because all are new. This complete attack is new for all these devices. Getting my point? That means your system, even though you have the various security devices, still possibility your system, your network is prone to be compromised. Yes or no? With this kind of attack, and this kind of attack is called as zero-day attack. This attack is called a zero-day attack when none of your security devices in the network are having signature to detect it as a malicious or suspicious activity as an attack. This kind of attack is called a zero-day attack. That means even though you have all the available devices in the market, still your network is prone to be compromised with Mithles, Mahantes, what? Still, your network is prone to be compromised with which kind of attack? Zero-day attack, right? Then what to do? That means in that case, what we have to do? What can be done for zero-day attack? That means we have to monitor the whole network. How can we tackle with this kind of attack, with zero-day attack? Because there's a possibility, right? Attack may happen and none of the devices may have signature to detect it. So what can be done in that case? Let's say,
Sir, I have a question.
yes,
Sir, please can you explain zero-day attack again?
let me tell you 1 minute.
Okay, thank
Zero-day attack is an attack when none of your network security devices are having signature to detect it, right? That kind of attack is called a zero-day attack. Attack happens, but all the devices could not be able to detect it, could not detect it, right? That kind of attack is called a zero-day attack, and successfully compromise happened. Yes or no? Even though you have firewall, IPS, proxy, email gateway, antivirus, none of devices are having signature to detect it. That kind of attack is called as zero-day attack, right? So now how to tackle with this kind of situation? You understand, as attackers have become very smart, very intelligent. They always find new ways. There's a possibility for any network to get compromised with zero-day attack. So these kind of device has become traditional devices. We cannot rely. These are required. These are must devices because there are so many attacks will happen. At least we have some kind of defend. Right? These are must devices, but we cannot sit and relax by trusting on these devices only. Got a point? We have to do something to defend the zero-day attack. What can be done in this case now? Now, what do we have to, let's say, somehow, let's say, now, you know what happens? Let me tell you, these all network security devices, all the devices which are there on the enterprise network, digital network, like your network devices, security devices, servers, applications, databases, which is the part of typical IT infrastructure, are recording their activities in the form of logs. You know what? You got married, right? You got married. You record that date. You do not record your daily activity. You got married, that is event for you. You record that date. That is an event. Your birthday is an event for you. That is being recorded. But in these devices, whatever activities are happening in these devices, every activities we call as event for them. And every event will be recorded in the form of logs. Whatever activity happens, for example, somebody has logged in the firewall, that is an event. And that activity will be recorded in the form of logs. Who has logged in, what time has been logged in, which system they have logged in, what changes they have done. You log in on Windows device ID of your system. Who has logged in, what is the username, what time you have login got success, login got failed. You open the Excel, modified the Excel. Who has opened, what time you have opened, right? You created username, who has created username, what time you have created. Somebody has deleted some files, you have deleted username, right? Similarly, some connection came from on the firewall, hit the firewall, what is the source IP, what is the destination IP, whether firewall deny, allow. Somebody has logged in the firewall, done the configuration, who had done the configuration changes, right? Similarly, all this, you access the internet, what it will go to the proxy, what URL you have access, who has accessed, what is the username, how much you have downloaded, how much you have uploaded, right? So these all activities which are happening on all these devices will be recorded, right? That we call as event. And those events will be recorded in the form of logs. All activities. You got a point? For you, your marriage or birthday is an event. Those only you record. But for these digital devices, every activity is an event. And every event is being recorded in the form of logs. I can log into your Windows computer and I can see what activity you have done and what time you have done. Who has done it? If there are multiple people has logged in, what they have done and what time they have done and who has done it. Right? Everything can be checked by logging in these devices. These devices are recording their activity in the form of logs locally. And either you call as log or you call as event. Actually, the activity is called as event, and event is being recorded in the form of logs. But people call as logs or event. What is being recorded, right? Some people call as logs and some people call as events, right? So if I want to see what happened in this device last one hour back, I can log in on this device and check the logs. From what IP connection has came, what IP connection has gone, whether connection has been allowed or disallowed, everything I can check by logging on these devices. What a point? Let's say some kind of zero-day attack happen.
Hello?
In my typical standard, yes.
Yeah, there's someone in the group saying you should explain what a proxy server is.
What?
There's a message in the group.
It's not a pre-recorded. I'm live. How come it is pre-recorded? I'm live.
No, the last message is saying that you should explain what a proxy security device is, like a proxy server.
It's proxy. Proxy is there. I have explained all the devices in my YouTube channel, 9 days. What is proxy? What is IPS? What is VPN? What is antivirus, right? I have explained everything in my YouTube channel. If you visit, because this is the big explanation for all these devices, I have explained you. I will share the link in the group as well, so you can learn about these devices, okay, in detail. I am just having the short discussion today, so that you can understand very well about the SOC, okay? So, what I was telling, I was telling about the now that these all digital devices are recording their activity in the form of logs, right? Event in the form of logs. Let's say at any point of time, zero-day attack happen, right? Somehow, let's say through firewall logs, you have logged in on the firewall. Somehow you come to know your company is being attacked. Your company is being attacked, right? Now, the communication will happen like this. It will go through the whole network like this, and all these devices are coming in between, right? Now, to gather the full information, what happened actually, what is happening right now, you will have to log in on all these devices to gather the information. Yes or no? Because whatever happened or what is happening right now, that will be recorded in the form of logs, isn't it? So you will have to log in on each and every devices to understand what is happening, what happened, who is the attacker, what he has done or what he is doing right now. So the problem here is attacker is doing attack right now, but to understand the attack, to investigate the attack, you have to log in on each and every devices. These devices, especially firewall, router, proxy, generate billions of logs per day. Now, let's say you log in the firewall, and these firewall logs, these devices that record the logs, we call them raw logs. These logs are very difficult to understand because these logs are not on easily understandable format. That's the reason called raw logs. Are not on easily understandable format. Let's say you are the expert in the firewall. Maybe you can understand the firewall logs, but it will take time also to analyze because there is no proper format. Now, again, to understand, you have to log in on the IPS, you have to log in the proxy, you might have to log in Windows, you might have to log in a switch, you might have to log in a router. So to investigate and understand the attack in detail so that you can take the further action to stop it, you have to log in on all these devices. And log in on these devices, analyzing the logs and understanding the root cause and what is happening right now will take time, as these devices record the logs on their own format. There is no standard format. It is not something that every mobile will use the C-type charger, right? There is no standard. Now, there is a standard that every mobile will use C-type charger. We understand we can use the same charger. Previously, we have Nokia charger, patla pin, mota pin, iPhone charger, yes, or Samsung charger. There is no standard. Now, for these devices also, there is no standard defined. Every vendor has the freedom that you can record, means compliance saying that you have to record the logs. But what format you have to record, there is no standard defined. So now, if I am already working on the firewall, I'm expert, I can understand the firewall logs, but at the same time, I will not be expert in all other devices. So log in, first of all, you have to log in, and analyzing the logs will take a lot of time. Maybe possible at that time, attacker may come inside, will do his work in next 10 minutes, will go outside. And you end up spending one day to complete the investigation, right? That means it will take many hours for you to complete the investigation. Within that period of time, in 10 minutes, attacker will come inside, do his work, and go outside. That means you're doing the historical analysis. You're not able to take the action actively. Yes or no? You're doing the forensics kind of things. Something happened, means murder happened, then police came late. Yes or no? The police should be like before the murder happened actually, and they should be able to catch the murderer. But what happens is, now murder already happened, the attack happened, criminal is already gone, and you took a day to investigate and you just understand, okay, this is what happened actually. Somebody has done this crime, but you are not able to take the active action because you have to log in on each and every devices, and these format of the logs are different. It's a problem that you have to log in on each and every devices, isn't it? And at that, let's say this example I have given you that somehow you came to know that the attack is happening. So you started investigating. In other cases, you know that, right? Attacker is not going to tell you when he's going to attack. Will attacker call you that tomorrow 9 o'clock I will attack, so be ready? You start investigating the logs. In the time of 0 day, attacker is not going to call you. Attacker may attack at any point of time, 24/7, either night or day or evening. Yes or no? That means you have to keep monitoring these devices. You have to keep monitoring these logs and check if any suspicious activity. So how many devices will you monitor their logs? Yes or no? Because whatever activity happening, it will record in the form of logs. So how many devices in the network will you monitor? And again, on different format. Because for 0 day attack, you have to monitor, right? Yes or no? But how many devices will you monitor? And it's not certain when attacker is going to launch the attack. Even you have so many people also in the SOC, in your security team, it's very difficult to monitor such event, such offense, right? So how to tackle this kind of situation? In this kind of situation, we can have a central technology and a tool that we call as, what we call as that tool name?
SIEM.
SIEM.
Right. That tool name is
SIEM solution.
right. That tool name is called as SIEM. Much 1 hour, right? We still have 1 hour. So what happens? In this case, you have to introduce a central tool that we call as SIEM. SIEM. SIEM full form is? What is full form of SIEM?
Security information event management.
Security information and
Event management.
It's a centralized tool. So how the SIEM will overcome such kind of situation to monitor each and every device in case of, in case of 0 day attack, what happens is how it will simplify your work. What you can do is a centralized tool. It can collect the real-time logs from your network devices, security devices, servers, application, databases. What happens is as soon as any activity happen in these devices, it will record in form of logs. Once the log is recorded, activity is recorded in the form of logs, it will send the logs to the SIEM. SIEM will collect the logs, real-time log. Real-time means as soon as activity happen on these devices, it will record in form of logs, and those logs will be sent real time to your SIEM. And
Excuse me, sir.
What?
Sir, are you using the term log or log? Please clear that.
LOG.
Okay.
Log.
And previously you said that our data is nowadays stored in the form of log. Is that
Log.
also log or log?
Log. All are log.
Okay.
All are log. Log, or sometimes you also call as event. Event. Okay. So all this event or log, right? These devices will record the logs, right? And they will send the real-time logs to the SIEM. And good thing is, you understand, these devices are having their own format to record the logs. So once your SIEM will collect the logs, it will normalize the logs. That means it will convert the device specific format of the logs to the common format, a readable format, easily you understandable format. That is called a normalization. Normalization means converting the unreadable format logs to the readable format, or mapping of device specific logs format to the your SIEM defined common format. For simplification, simple understanding is converting the unreadable format logs to readable format, common format, right? So these devices are having different format. Once these logs will come to the SIEM, it will have the common format and readable, easily readable format. So either you are the expert, not the expert of Windows or firewall, all these logs will come and stored on the common format, same format. You got my point? And the good thing is these devices do not have more storage. Some device may store for one week, some device maybe 1 month, some device for 2 months, some device for 15 days. SIEM can store the log for a long time, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years for forensic requirement, compliance requirement, long time. As well as it gives the feature of searching and reporting. That means anytime you can put the query, select the time and get the logs. That means at the time of attack, when you are logging on each and every devices and searching the unreadable format logs, facing issues, now you can just log in on the SIEM and write the query and get the logs of all the devices in the common format, simple format. But again, one thing is remain unresolved is real-time monitoring. Even though right now you have the logs from various devices here in the SIEM, and you can search the logs on the SIEM only, no need to log in each and every device. But still here, at what time you will search the logs? Will attacker tell you that tomorrow 10 o'clock I will attack, so you can search the log on the SIEM? No, right? Attacker is not going to tell you that tomorrow 10 o'clock I will search, and 10 o'clock you search the logs, attack, and 10 o'clock you search, so that you don't log in and search it here. Attacker is not going to tell you. So will you monitor billions of logs of the SIEM? Real time billions, you understand, right? SIEM will receive billions of logs, and it is very difficult to monitor each and every logs. In the typical IT infrastructure, if you collect the log, real-time log from the SIEM, and the typical IT infrastructure, you will have around 10,000 to 15,000 event per second. Live log that SIEM you are going to receive, it will be around 10,000 to 15,000 event per second. That means every blink of my eyes every blink means 10,000 logs. 10,000. So if attack is happening, will you be able to monitor 10,000, investigate 10,000 event in real time? Your channel, your dashboard is refreshing, and every blink of your eye in every second, it is showing new 10,000 event. So what do we think that? Will you be able to analyze 10,000 event per second? Even you have 20, 25 analysts also. Will your team be able to analyze all the event, monitor all the event? The answer is
No.
no, right?
No.
Finally, I'll hold for 1 minute. Just hold down for 1 minute, okay? I'll take water. He will take water and come. The answer is no, right? It is very difficult to monitor, such kind of, such kind of situation. Monitoring billions of logs, that means per second, 10,000, 15,000 event per second. Just hold down for a moment, okay? I'll take water. He has gone to take water. So once he comes, we'll continue.
I don't know.
So it is difficult, right? So now SIEM has another feature called as real-time monitoring, correlation, and alerting. You know, if I tell you to calculate 50 plus 60, how much? 50 plus 60, how much?
110.
110, right? If I tell you 40 plus 40,
80.
how much? 80?
80.
You did not take much time, right? Immediately you have answered. But if I ask you to calculate क्या हो गया? How much? How much it is? You cannot calculate, right? It will take time for you, right? It will take time. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? It will take time. But if you type it in calculator, it will give the result immediately. Isn't it? In the calculator, you'll get the result immediately. But who developed the calculator? Human. We developed the calculator. We developed the calculator, and calculator is faster than human. Who has given the logic to the calculator? We only define that if we write two value more than 2, and if we write the plus sign, do the addition. If you write the minus, do the subtraction, multiplication, and division. That means the backend, the logic we have defined, but the calculator is faster than human. Isn't it? Got it? But we know the logic, right? We know that 5 plus 5 is 10. We know that. And same logic, we define the calculator, and calculator is faster than human. Similarly, in the SIEM, whatever logs are coming in, we know logs are coming high in number, but if we analyze, it will take time for us. But we know that if we start analyzing, we know that what event or what set of event is suspicious and what event is normal event, legitimate event. Yes or no? If you start analyzing if you understand what event is suspicious, what event is not suspicious, but you understand it will take time. Similarly, you know that how to calculate, but it is taking time for you. Hence, you use calculator. You ask calculator to do it on behalf of you. Similarly, you understand you cannot monitor billions of logs yourself, 10,000, 15,000 yourself. Hence, you can ask your SIEM to monitor each and every event on behalf of you. Your SIEM will work as a calculator, right? Your SIEM will ask, okay, it's okay, I will monitor all the event, but define the logic. On what basis I will decide what event is suspicious or what set of event is suspicious, and what action has to be taken. In case such event detected, what action has to be taken? Yes or no? That you define, I will do that, I'll make it faster. It's a device, right? It's a computer.
Sir, I have
Calculate.
one question.
Let me complete this, then you can ask, okay? Mute your mic, please. So now we can ask our SIEM to monitor each and every event on behalf of us. But what event is suspicious? What event is not suspicious? What set of event is suspicious? We have to define the logic and what action has to be taken, such as trigger, generate an alert. Right? That we have to define. So that we call as correlation. So real-time monitoring, that we monitor each and every event. Correlation, we define the logic. For example, let's say Windows login, if you log in on Windows, in your environment, if there are from one user, if 2-3 times login failure happen, is this suspicious? It is not suspicious, right? Because maybe user has mistyped the password, typo error, or user has forgot the password. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, it's not a suspicious, right? But with the same username, if there are 50 login failure, 100 login failure within 2 minutes, 1 minute, is this normal? Not normal. It can be the symptom of brute force. Maybe any of system has been compromised and attacker is trying to gain the access of other computer by entering the username and trying multiple password, and hence multiple failure login is happening. Yes or no? So if same username, if you're seeing multiple failure login, huge number of failure login within short period of time, it can be the matter of concern. So you can define the condition here on the SIEM that if Windows login failure is happening in 2 minutes, if there are 100 login failure or more than 100 login failure, then monitor such event and generate an alert. Here we have defined 100 login failure in 2 minutes. So means one event is not suspicious or 2 event is not suspicious. We define 100 event. In certain cases, even single event has to be monitored. For example, if certain critical servers shutdown got restarted, it's a matter of concern. So if shutdown happen, it will generate one event. So we can define if those critical server shut down, means one event will generate an alert. Certain time, even a single event is a matter of concern, and certain time, if number of similar events are coming, it's a matter of concern, right? So this is the logic that we define, that we call as correlation rule. Correlation, the event condition and number of event and time, that is called as correlation. So real-time monitoring, it will monitor each and every event, correlate. The logic that we define, we call as correlation rule. We define the condition, number of event and time, within what time the event matches. And real-time monitoring, correlation and alerting, it will generate an alert. You can define the action to generate an alert. So you have to understand in these 10,000 event, what can be suspicious activity, that you have to understand. For example, if plus, somebody type plus, do the addition, somebody type minus, do the subtraction, somebody type multiplication and division. You have to understand first, right? Then only you could define the calculator. Similarly, first of all, you have to understand on the logs what is suspicious activity. What has to be monitored? That kind of sense you should have. then only you can ask your SIEM to monitor such activity and generate an alert. SIEM will monitor such activity, will generate alert. So instead of monitoring 10,000 events per second and billions of logs per day, SIEM will monitor those events, right, and generate maybe 500 and 1,000 of alert per day. So now work got simplified. We don't want to monitor billions of logs per day or 10,000, 15,000 even per second. You just monitor 500 to 1,000 alerts per day. Those 500 and 10,000, 1,000 alerts may not be suspicious all the time. This you have to investigate. That is the reason you guys are here. You will analyze and check whether actually suspicious activity or not. So you will not monitor 10,000 event per 15,000 event per second. You'll monitor these alerts, 500, 1,000 alerts per day. You'll monitor, investigate, analyze, and check whether those are actually suspicious activity or not. Suspicious activity, you will assign to someone, some specific team to take the action. If it is not, you will close as false positive. That is the work of SOC, will monitor this. So what is so this is called as SIEM. So SIEM has the two features. One is to collect the real-time logs from network device, security device, servers, application, databases, etc. Once it collect the logs, normalize the logs in the common format, right? Keep the logs for a long time and searching and reporting. And another feature is real-time monitoring, correlation, and alerting. So that is second feature. Now, who will be working on the SIEM? There is a team in that company, centralized team, that we call as who will be monitoring such incident, right? There is a centralized team in the company that we call as SOC team, right? Always in the SOC team, you will see, if you search SOC in the internet, you will see one person is sitting and he has multiple monitors. Yes or no? I'm not very good in drawing, but you see, right? One person sitting in multiple computers because he's monitoring actually, right? So what SOC team is? SOC team, SOC stands for Security Operations Center, which is the centralized team for any organization. Let's say your company is having business location in USA, India, Saudi Arabia, right? So ideally, your SOC team will be sitting in one location. That is their name is Security Operations Center. Center means centralized, one location. However, in some company, you might have SOC in another location also for disaster recovery perspective or for load balancing perspective. Disaster recovery, let's say, for example, you have one team, means team in SOC in Bangalore. Let's say there is a fire in Bangalore office. There is a strike going on. People are unable to go to office. Right? In that case, operation will get interrupted. So who will take care? Who will make the operation continue? In that case, for such company who are considering their operation is very critical, they may set up another SOC in another location for disaster recovery DR perspective, so that if something happen here, other set of team can continue the operation here. Or maybe Indian people working on daytime, which is day in India, and USA people working on night time, which is day on the USA. It is possible certain time, but majority of time you will have, record ho gaya tha ye. Majority of time you will have central team, one team, because double cost, right? Setting up the team in double location is double cost. Yes or no? Now, what is SOC team? The SOC team is a centralized team. People working on centralized people, security analyst people working in the SOC team, we call them security analyst. What we call them? Security analyst. Why we call as analyst? Because they are analyzing, right? We call as analyst. Main responsibility of security analyst is to keep an eye across the whole security posture of whole organization. What is going on? To keep an eye, right? If anything is suspicious, anything is abnormal, unusual, they have to investigate. Anything is abnormal, right? What was normal? And if it is something is abnormal, they have to investigate. If there are 60,000 connections were going on port number 443 and port number 443 is for HTTPS, but daily we were saying 66 lakhs traffic in next 30 minutes, every 30 minutes. But right now it is 12 lakhs. Even 443 is well known for HTTPS, for website access, but this is something unusual. It does not mean that HTTPS cannot be used for attacks. Because suddenly it cannot be doubled. It is something unusual, right? SOC team will investigate. So SOC team is a centralized team which will monitor the whole security posture, whole network. What is going on, what is coming in, what is going out. Not only incoming, but outbound also. Insider threat also, what internal people are sending, what emails or what data they are sending, or what they're uploading, what website they're accessing. Who is coming inside, what connection is coming inside, whole security posture, whole communication they are going to monitor. Anything found unusual, they will investigate. So SOC team ensure that if any kind, SOC ensure that their their networks should be protected. They defend the cyber attack, and in case any kind of secure cyber attack happens, they ensure the the impact of the compromise should be minimal. Let's say, for example, some communication have some malware attack happen. Many of the users have received the email. One user have compromised. They came to know that user have been compromised. They will check further, investigate further how many users have received the email, from which email, which ID email has came, what is the subject line, which all user have received the email. Let's get the report. Let's contact them. Let's isolate their system. If they have already opened it, if they have not opened it, let's call them and delete their emails before they open it and their system gets compromised and their system get the system gets compromised before that, right? Because the system gets compromised, that means kind of loss for the company, right? So there also SOC team responsibility is to ensure that the impact of the compromise should be minimal, and resulting the cost of the remediation also should be minimal. Resulting is the cost, right? Yes or no? If impact is higher, the cost of the remediation will be higher, because if you're losing some documents, some critical program or critical files, it's a kind of cost, right? So security team will monitor the whole network, right? So how they will monitor? Using some tools. Using some tools they will monitor, right? They're not going to go like, they're not security guard, or they are not having CCTV surveillance. So SOC team is kind of CCTV surveillance team. They are not like security guard. Okay, who is coming, who is going, right? They are kind of CCTV surveillance. They have already CCTV fitted earlier. So what tool they are going to use is, the main tool for SOC is SIEM. Main tool for the SOC is SIEM, right? Those alerts they are going to monitor, as well as they can download the logs, raw logs, and they can investigate also. Maybe because the correlation rule that you have written may not be enough certain time, so you'll have various dashboard that you can monitor, various log analysis you can do, various alerts that you have. Based on that, you can investigate alerts. Now, so that is the work of SOC team. That is the work of SOC team. But in next generation SOC, that is on traditional SOC. Traditional SOC, since many years, the main tool was only SIEM. But now, you understand, attackers are very smart, becoming very smart. See digitalization happening. They are doing a lot of research and they're finding a lot of way. So security team also introducing new technologies. right? To protect their network, to monitor their network, right? So now, see, since last 8 years, last 7 years, in our SOC training, SIM was the tool. We used to cover only SIM. Only SIM we used to cover the whole process of SOC, but the whole training was based on this SIM solution. But now, in next generation SOC, modern SOC, now there are some modern tools, next generation tools which have been introduced, such as SOAR, such as EDR. First, EDR stand for
Endpoint detection response.
endpoint detection and response. EDR stand for endpoint detection response. In the EDR, what happens is EDR works based on the machine learning, the combination of machine learning and AI, artificial intelligence. EDR use the technology of AI and machine learning, combination of both. So what happens? It is also part of next generation SOC, EDR. If you remember, recently, one big incident happened for CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is one of the EDR solution which is leader in the market. So now modern SOC, you will see, next gen SOC, you will see the EDR as well. And if you want to see how many companies have deployed the EDR, you can realize yourself by seeing the impact when the CrowdStrike incident happened. CrowdStrike has just released a patch, just released an update for their agents. And we have seen the impact globally. Many of the companies worldwide, including pharmaceutical companies, including air flights, right? Many of the flights companies, the many flights were running delayed because of this compromise, because when the system got shut down, they were unable to cover, right? So we have seen the impact was global impact. So you can realize yourself how many companies have deployed this EDR. And not EDR, just CrowdStrike itself. CrowdStrike is just one of the vendor for EDR. There are other vendor like Defender, Microsoft Defender, you have SentinelOne, and some other small vendor also. So just one CrowdStrike only has a huge impact worldwide. That means in modern SOC, EDR is must. Nowadays, if you're working on the SOC, if you're working as SOC analyst, you should have this skills as well. EDR, in every second resume, along with the SIM, you will see the EDR as well, right? That's the year, last year, 2023, we have introduced EDR also, again with CrowdStrike, which is leader in the market as per the Gartner report. You will see also, we are covering as part of SOC, we are covering Splunk, which is leader in the market as per the Gartner report. All the tools that we are covering all are leader in the market. So EDR is also CrowdStrike leader in the market. So what is EDR is, see, nowadays, you understand, SIM also collect the logs from endpoint like laptop, desktop, like your servers, and endpoint like authentication logs, but not all logs from endpoint. So we do not have full visibility what is going on your laptop using the SIM solution. If any malware has been installed, what process has been created, what registry entry has been created, right? We don't have full visibility using the SIM solution. To get the full visibility and what is the behavior of the user, what user, at what time he is logging, what is the behavior of the file, what is the behavior of user activities, that cannot be monitored using SIM. For that purpose, EDR has been introduced. EDR uses machine learning and AI. So EDR will have a centralized cloud console. Cloud console. Every EDR works in the cloud only, based on the cloud. So what happens is, you have a lot of endpoint, right? Like, such as your laptop, desktop, servers, right? All all servers, you will have EDR agent installed. EDR agent installed. This EDR agent will collect all the activities logs, such as any file has been installed, the registry entry, all drivers detail, process, right? User activities, all the information will be captured using the script that agent is having. It will send to the central console. Central console will correlate those information based on the machine learning and AI, right? And it will detect in case of any malicious activities, malware, virus has been found. It can act also. That means it can scan the machine, it can isolate the machine. That means in case we have SIEM, right? For example, we got the antivirus alert, machine has been compromised. So we have to manually isolate the machine. We have to ask the desktop team, okay, this machine is compromised. Please isolate the machine. Please remove the machine from network. But in case of EDR, you will have the full control of this machine. You will have the control of this machine. Virtually, you can isolate this machine. This machine has a malware. You got an alert. This EDR can isolate the machine. EDR can also investigate this malware in the sandbox. They quarantine this malware and can investigate using the sandbox. So multiple features you are having. This EDR, this cloud is collecting the logs, many of the companies globally, right? If something has found, some trend has been found in some other companies and it was malicious, it will correlate with that trend to same trend. If having your company, it will correlate and find that your company is also having the same trend, means that is also malicious activity. That is the reason EDR use the cloud-based solution. It's a cloud-based, so that it can correlate, the activity globally based on the behavior. So now in next generation SOC, this is also must EDR solution. Got it? EDR is having many vendors like SIEM. EDR is having most top vendor for EDR. Top vendor for EDR is CrowdStrike. First number, which is top, is CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike Falcon. If you refer the Gartner report, Gartner is an organization, international organization, which publish the report every year. Since EDR started, CrowdStrike is on top, is on leader quadrant, is top than other tools. So CrowdStrike Falcon is leader in the market. Second number is Microsoft Defender. Third number, Sentinel-1. This is not a SIEM. This is Sentinel-1. It's not Microsoft Sentinel. This is Sentinel-1 ADR. Sentinel-1 EDR, right? That is on third number. So this is about EDR solution. EDR vendor. Who are EDR, right? These are the EDR vendors. If you talk about SIEM vendors, who are in the top SIEM vendors are, as per the recent Gartner report, first number is Splunk SIEM. Splunk SIEM is your number one. Second is Microsoft Sentinel. Microsoft Sentinel. Third is
QRadar.
IBM QRadar. These are on top on the leader quadrant. There are some other also, but these are top. First is Splunk, is leader in the market. All are in leader quadrant, but top is in Splunk. Then just behind that, Microsoft Sentinel. Just behind IBM QRadar. Splunk is acquired by Cisco recently. Splunk is recently, this year only, acquired by Cisco. So the Splunk has become a Cisco company now. So Splunk is now Cisco Splunk. Yes, March 2024. Splunk is Cisco company now, and now Cisco has become the largest software company in the world after acquiring Splunk. And IBM also, IBM QRadar is also acquired by Palo Alto now. So migration is not yet done. I think 2-3 months back only acquisition happened. Not for IBM acquired, not full IBM acquired, but this QRadar business, SIEM business. So IBM QRadar, so now QRadar is with Palo Alto. Migration is not yet done. So these are the leader in the market for EDR and SIEM solution. Understand? Wazoo logarithm and all is not now. ArcSight is also now in 4th quadrant. Because of changing the vendor. Palo Alto, yes. Not IBM, just QRadar. Okay. Now, next tool, which is the part of next generation SOC, is SOAR. What? SOAR. SOAR is full form of the SOAR is. What is the full form of SOAR? Anybody?
Security
orchestration, automation, and response.
Right. Security orchestration, automation, and response. This is an automation introduced in SOC, in cybersecurity, especially in SOC. This is an automation. By seeing the global resource crunch in cybersecurity, automation has been introduced. This will be eating, especially the L1 job in cybersecurity, SOC. If it has been full-fledged deployed, right? It will be eating the job of L1. By seeing the crunch, there is a huge crunch in the market, especially for cybersecurity SOC. Hence, the automation has been introduced. What exactly the SOAR will do? Let's say, in the SIEM, you will have alert triggered, right? Alert triggered, right? You will do the investigation. You will check the alert, investigate. If it is true positive, you will create ticket. As an L1 investigation, you will create ticket, right? And let's say it's a firewall related incident. Let's say suspicious, let's say successful connection from blacklisted IP address. This is the alert name. And you found that, yes, IP address is highly blacklisted. It has to be blocked on the firewall. So what will you do? You will create a case on the ticketing tool and you will assign the case to the firewall team. And now firewall team will work on this incident and firewall team will block the IP address. In other case, let's say it's a malware related case. If you got a notification from antivirus that machine has been infected with malware, in that case, you have to create the ticket, right? Case you have to create and assign to desktop team to scan the system from malware byte and isolate the machine or isolate the machine from the network, right? This is what you do. Now, these all activities can be automated using the SOAR. If you deploy the SOAR, what will happen? SOAR will collect this incident, will be sent to the SOAR, right? So what happens is this incident, your SIEM will be integrated with SOAR. Along with that, all other devices such as firewall, antivirus, your EDR, all devices, all devices will be integrated with SOAR. Your service now, like a technical tool, all will be integrated with SOAR. Once the incident will go to SOAR, it will create the auto ticket on ticketing tool. Means you need not to create the ticket, right? And you have to assign the case to firewall team to block it, right? Firewall is also integrated with SOAR. Automatically, it will run the query on the firewall, right? And it will block the IP address on the firewall. Get it? I mean, there's a playbook that we have to write. This is the automation, right? Automation. Do this automation. We have to write the script that we call as playbook. And this playbook will be written on Python. What? In Python. For this only we need Python. Anybody who is working on the admin level on the SOAR, they should have basic understanding of Python so that they can write this script that we call as playbook. Automatically it's playing, right? That's the reason we call as playbook. Wasim, mute your mic, please. Right? So automatically it will block the IP address on the firewall. A certain time you have to isolate the machine. You have CrowdStrike or EDR integrated. Automatically run the query on the CrowdStrike or EDR. It will isolate the machine. You have antivirus integrated. It will scan the machine from the antivirus certain cases. Right? You have to block the URL on the proxy. It will automatically block the URL on the proxy. Right? So these activities can be performed automatically by running the playbook. Wasim, you are running your camera and mic both. It can be run automatically, right? That means whose job it was? It was the job of L1.
L1.
Right? Investigating, creating ticket, right? Assigning. It was the job of L1. And what function, which tool is doing this function? SOAR. But see, SOAR has been introduced a couple of years back only. As of now, SOAR is not fully fine-tuned. So we cannot rely 100% on the SOAR activity. That SOAR will be 100% and can block. Nowadays, if we automate all, there's a possibility, and it is possible, does it send the command and block the IP address, but certain time, maybe it's a vendor IP address. Yes or no? So SOAR is not fully fine-tuned as of now. Hence, we have not enabled this automation function. Instead, as of now, 20%, if you have 100 SIEM in SOC, 20% companies have deployed SOAR as well. Out of 100 means 100 SIEM, 20 SOAR, 18 to 20%. And those SOAR also not fully functional. What happens is once incident trigger, it will not create auto ticket. It will not block the IP automatically. You will see the button here. What you will see? You will have the button here. Click the button, ticket will be created. Click the button, it will block the IP in the firewall. Click the button, it will isolate the machine using EDR. Click the button, it will scan the machine using the Nessus scanner. Click the button, it will scan the machine using the antivirus. You will have a button. That means to click on this button to work on this, still we need security analysts. So if only SIEM you have, let's say, for example, if you need 10 analysts with SOAR, still we need 5 to 6 analysts. Still we need 5 to 6 analysts. So incident, when we are triggering, still analyst is doing little investigation. And they may log in on the SIEM to collect some logs. After that, this automation, by clicking on this, they are investigating. So still for further analysis, they are logging on the SIEM to get some logs. After analyzing, they will click on the button to create the ticket. They will click on the button, block the IP address. They will click on the button to isolate the system. But work has been reduced still. And number of resource requirement also has been reduced. The time will come when the tool will get fully fine-tuned after some time, right? That is the reason whatever our training we are having, right? Our trainings are very in-depth training, not like analyst level only. We cover this incident response, investigating, but majority of the activity we cover admin level, so that you'll be very technical. Because if you stick with incident response only, if you're not growing technically, if you don't have technical capabilities, the time will come when you will go out of the market. See, it's not only in cybersecurity, it is with every field. The automation like AI, machine learning will come. If you're not technically strong, you're not learning, the time will come where you'll go out of market. You understand? The AI, machine learning, right? You can see the impact across all the field. Cybersecurity is not an exception. Yes or no? Cybersecurity is not an exception. Using AI tool, we can analyze terabyte of data in few seconds. So analyst work may go, right? It's not only cybersecurity, but it's every field. Cybersecurity is not a different, right? For every field. So if you're not technical, if you're not learning to see, as of now, impact is not started, right? But we have to be ready. People are saying certain time we deliver training for SOC analysts. People are saying, why, Sulabh, you are covering very in depth, you're covering admin level. You're SOC analyst, why you are covering, not giving only incident response? Because we are like 1 year experience or 2 years experience, we are fresher. Why you're covering admin activity like integration of devices, writing the correlation rule, all this stuff? Because I say, because we are preparing for future perspective. If we cover just incident response, what will happen? Because in the companies, you do not have access to do all these admin tasks. In companies, you are L1, you got only the incident response only copy paste job. You will not get the opportunity to work on all these admin tasks. Yes or no? So that is the reason why we cover very in depth. Because our trainings are not just for getting into cracking the interviews. Our training is to prepare from future perspective also, so that you'll be confident and you'll be ready to tackle the future, future targets, future obstacles. So whatever we cover very in depth, admin level, so that we will be ready. You will be very technical. So that is about the SOAR, and you understand about SOC, right? So SOC team, there are multiple SOC team. It can be in-house. If let's say, for example, in-house SOC in the sense, let's say in my company, I have my own team, right, which is monitoring my own network. That SOC we call it internal SOC or in-house SOC. We have our own tool deployed, right? And we have our own team. Maybe possible my company, pharmaceutical company, but we have our own SOC which are monitoring my network. This kind of SOC we call it internal SOC or in-house SOC. What do you mind? Another company, let's say, for example, other company called as Zomato. Now Zomato is having food business. Now Zomato think that, okay, if I set up my own SOC, I want to focus my core business only. Who will take care of security and all? So what they have done is they may outsource their SOC to some service provider, right? Maybe Accenture or SIEM Expert or some other companies, right? This kind of SOC we call outsource SOC, or this kind of company which are providing the services, we call them MSSP, Managed Security Service Provider. Can you mind? That SOC we call as Managed Security Services Provider, right? Those, so you will see, for example, you're working in Accenture, right? So Accenture is having their own SOC also, in-house SOC, to monitor their own network. So might be if you get the job, maybe you're working for Accenture only, their own SOC, and certain time you're working for a different project for client. Yes or no? Some other company project that is called as MSSP or some outsourced project, right? So being a, for example, SIEM expert can take the project from many different companies, and we can monitor their SIEM, we can monitor their EDR and SOAR by sitting in SIEM expert. What a point? That kind of SOC is called as MSSP, this company is called MSSP, Managed Security Service Provider, and we are providing service called as SOC as a service. Got a point? Clear, everybody? Now, in our SOC training, we cover all the next generation tool, and all the tools that we cover are the leader in the market, such as for SIEM, we cover Splunk, which is leader in the market again. And for EDR, we cover CrowdStrike, which is leader in the market. And for, SOAR, we introduce SOAR as well, by understanding future perspective, right? We cover Cortex XSOAR, Palo Alto. SOAR, I have not explained you, right? Which are the vendor. For SOAR, the vendors are, which are leader in the market. Palo Alto XOR. Palo Alto XOR. It is SOAR only, but they have given name XOR. Palo Alto Cortex XOR. Name is Cortex XOR. OAR XOR. This is leader in the market as per the Gartner report. And second one is Splunk SOAR. Splunk SOAR SOAR. And there are many other like ArcSight SOAR you have.
Phantom.
Phantom is now changed. They have changed because people were not knowing about Phantom. So they have removed Phantom word. They are saying Splunk SOAR now. Previously it was Splunk Phantom SOAR. Now it is Splunk SOAR. They have ArcSight SOAR. Many other companies have SOAR now, but this one is leader in the market. Minimum license cost for this XOR is 1 CR Indian rupees. 1 CR. Minimum license cost. We are the only one in India who has the license for Cortex XOR. We are the only one in India who deliver this training for Palo Alto because we are the partner with Palo Alto. For EDR also, CrowdStrike is a lead in the market. We are the only one in India who has the license, for CrowdStrike EDR. And for Splunk also, majority of institution which deliver the training of Splunk, which is on free Splunk, on Splunk Enterprise. Splunk Enterprise they cover. Splunk Enterprise. The Splunk Enterprise is not complete SIM until unless you have a Splunk Enterprise security on that. Splunk Enterprise security. Splunk Enterprise Security license version. Minimum license cost 23 lakhs per year. If you add Splunk Enterprise Security, this one is available for 60 days trial. So majority of people who want to learn Splunk, they do not know that Splunk SIEM is not completed without having Splunk Enterprise Security. And they end up learning outside by just Splunk Enterprise. They do not know that they have to learn Splunk Enterprise Security also. And without Splunk Enterprise Security, your Splunk knowledge is not completed. And since it's the licensed product, majority of institutions do not cover it. So if you join anywhere, make sure that you join Splunk, you cover Splunk Enterprise Security as well. While in SIEM Expert, we have the license for all these tool, including Splunk, CrowdStrike, EDR. If you want to show, I'll be showing you my screen, kind of real-time lab that we have here. And then I'll be taking your question in case you have. First is Splunk. Just hold on a minute. G.0.122. Okay. So we give the lab access using VPN. You can connect to the VPN and then you can access our instances. Almost around 300 people can connect our lab at the same time using separate credentials. So this is Splunk Enterprise, right? And over the Splunk Enterprise, you should have a tool called as Splunk Enterprise Security, where we monitor, the logs 24/7, the security infrastructure 24/7. This is security posture, where you should have access, how many alert has been triggered, right? What is going on in the network in 24 hours, how many, you can see this is a dashboard. These are various alerts you can see. Various alerts that you monitor, right? So you don't need to monitor, means you don't need to search, like you can see, if you see, this is one feature of the SIEM searching and reporting, where you have to write the query and get the report, right? So for example, if I write the query and search the report, So this is the searching and reporting feature that you search the logs, but we cannot monitor billions of logs, right? We cannot keep monitoring billions of logs. You can see many logs just for a few hours. Many logs. We cannot monitor, right? So many logs. So this is searching and reporting feature. Another feature is real-time monitoring, correlation alerting, which is the part of Splunk Enterprise Security, where we can monitor these alerts. So this is just a dashboard which is going the overview what is going on. We can see access-related alert, network-related, identity-related, threat-related, how many alerts we have, and detail of alert you have to monitor here, and the incident review. So SOC analyst actually monitor this incident. You can see various incidents are firing like real time. So these are the incidents that we trigger and we monitor. We have to investigate. So that is about the SIEM that we have, and another solution that we call as SOAR. XOR, Palo Alto XOR automation. This is the automation. So any incident comes, right? You can see the incident here. There is a different incident where we do the automations. All will be covered here. There is incident, right? Where is action that we take. That is the part of the SOAR here. And next tool that we have, this one, Falcon ADR, Cloud Strike. Everybody will get the dedicated, whoever joined the SOC training, get the dedicated lab access, and 24/7, minimum for 3 months. Here you have to use two-factor authentication. You get a code in mobile. This is cloud-based. So this is the kind of real time, same to same you will see in the company. Whatever tool we have shown, right? Same to same you have the company. That's the reason our training is like after these training, you can see same to same. What are detections, right? Everything you see in the same to same. HNSM also, if that feature is having. And SOAR, right? All feature it is enterprise level of license that we are having. So same to same after this the training that we cover it here, it's a real-time hands-on. So after this training, if you are coming from different field, since it's hands-on training, people will be able to justify experience. You can easily justify 3 or 4 years experience after this training, since it's completely hands-on. What exactly people are doing, 3 years, 4 year experience. We are going to cover it practically, and you will do the hands-on on the lab environment. So what exactly issues you are facing? What is your day-to-day activities, right? Which company you're working? What is your architecture in the company? What is the top 10 incident? What is the high severity incident that you have faced in the company? What the challenges you have faced, right? What are the total devices you have? What are the different correlation role you have? Right? Each and everything we are going to cover here. That's the reason after this training, people are able to work like an experienced. They didn't need to go as a fresher. You'll be able to justify like an experience. That is how we have designed this training. So that's it for the day. It's already 8 o'clock. It was just a 2 hours session. Anybody has any confusion, any query?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Sir, I have 1.3 year experience in endpoint security and firewall. Is it be considered while switching in SOC?
Yes. So instead of firewall, you can showcase SOC experience. You can showcase because you'll be working in real time here, right? So you can showcase your SOC experience.
And is it necessary global certification for SOC and CH for switching a job?
It is not necessary. See, certification will add value in your resume. Certification are not mandatory, But if you are certified along with the hands-on experience, if you're certified, it will add value in the resume.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Sulabh.
We'll-
I have
Okay,
one
sir.
question.
So we are starting the batch from day after tomorrow for next generation SOC analyst, which is around 3.5 months, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. India time. So in case anybody wants to continue and join from day after tomorrow, I'll ask my team to share the detail in the group. You can get in touch with them.
So the problem
Sir,
is there for the in the weekdays. It's a very difficult to attend the classes. Sometimes we have the requirement for that early morning to log in. So is it possible weekend batch?
Weekend also we have. Next month we'll start weekend batch. This month we have started weekdays, and
Okay.
next month
And
we have
weekend batch. How many months you are taking?
weekend also same 3.5 months, because weekdays batch
Okay.
2 hours a day, 4 days a week, and weekend is 4 days, 4 hours a day, 2 hours a week. 3.5 months. Also.
Sir, in case I'm going with the weekdays batch and I'm missing the classes, then this one recording will be available, right?
In case you are missing any class, so you will get that temporary access. You can access from one device only. We have highly secure LMS portal. So you can log in once and you can watch only for one device.
Like which class we missed, that one we can access, right?
Yes, that you can access. And once we start practical, that class will be shared. So you can watch it, those practical classes, and that too again from one device only.
Since very long, I'm waiting your class actually. That's why I'm asking for this one.
Okay.
Now I've got the free. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much
Oh,
today
one
for
device,
this.
in case you.
Sir,
Fees
you
is
sharing
35,000.
day-to-day.
Fees is 35,000 plus GST for everybody, either India or overseas. It is same fees for everyone. Yes. Next.
Sir, from our class, is there a job assistance or job calls are provided to students who are searching?
See, I mean, we do not commit it. The quality of training and world-class lab setup, that is our commitment. Along with that, resume preparation, interview question, interview preparation, that all things we cover it here. And the quality of training. Almost everybody get the job. That's the reason all the batches are always full. Even the current batch also, we have more than 100 people.
Okay.
Always we'll see before we start, it always get full. Because of the quality of training, almost people get the job. Because if you have hands-on experience, if you understand everything, if you have skills, you'll get the job. We also put the job that is on best effort basis. Because whatever we commit, that's our commitment. Whatever we say, that is our commitment. We do not give like fake commitment like job assurance, job guarantee. Otherwise, I'll get so many calls, right? If we give any fake commitment. Whatever we say, that is our commitment. No fake commitment.
Okay.
But I can tell you that previously you will see, I don't see any people who is jobless. If you put in your effort, almost people get the job. You are skilled in such a way. Because you see the environment, right? Same to same environment. And all the tools are leaders in the market. Splunk, CrowdStrike, SOAR that we cover. Nobody else in India is having this combination that we have. I can tell you guaranteed. Nobody will give the access for 3 months that we give here. Dedicated lab access. That is also my guarantee. You feel like 35,000 is a big fees. You might see 15,000, 10,000, 20,000, in market. But are they having this kind of lab? Are they having license? We are paying around 56,000 per year just for the license cost. Are they providing this kind of environment? You may end up learning 20,000 theoretical knowledge without having any practical, without having maybe some freeware tool they will train you. Either you buy the jeans for 300 rupees or you buy a branded Lee Cooper or some branded jeans for 4,000. There is a difference, right? So this is a brand, means this is a kind of hands-on that you are going to get, which is going to help you for now also and future as well. Once you start searching for the jobs. And once you start searching for your next job, you will get a growth. That is the difference.
Sir, what if we don't want to add like CrowdStrike in our portal? We only want to.
I recommend everybody because see, CrowdStrike, if you go, is the next generation, part of next generation, right? You have seen EDR, almost every company is having. Why we cover EDR? That's the reason. It's, of course, once we cover Splunk only, we can start searching for the job. You may get the job, but we cover the skills which are required from future perspective. If you cover only Splunk, you get the calls. But if you covered EDR as well, you'll get more calls. And your weightage of your resume will get increased. If there are two people, one is having only SIEM experience and another is having SIEM plus EDR, he will get more weightage in the resume.
No,
Another
sir.
having
Actually,
SIEM
we
plus
are
EDR plus SOAR,
using.
he will get more weightage.
We already are using CrowdStrike, so that's why there are some person who are already using and they know about CrowdStrike
It's a,
plugin.
it's a complete training, right? It's a complete batch. There is no separate. So we have advanced batch for Splunk as well. If you are already in IT cybersecurity, you may go the advanced batch where we cover deployment configuration, solution architect level for Splunk. So, but for that you need Linux, because that is very advanced, especially for Splunk only.
We know top EDR and top SIEM. What are the top proxies?
Proxy comes under network security. So I ideally do not check that, but Blue Coat, WebSense, Blue Coat is now brought with Symantec, then now with Broadcom. So Blue Coat was one of the top one, but I do not check it every time. It was one of the top one, but since it falls under network security, so I do not give much attention to check. Mostly I check cybersecurity related tools.
Sulabh, I have a question.
Yes.
You have integrated various servers to the SIEM, or you are pushing the logs file to the SIEM?
No, these are live logs. Even I showcase here how to integrate these devices, like how to integrate Linux, how to integrate firewall, how to integrate Windows. We will learn it here. Practically, we'll do it here in our training. So these are live logs only, not recorded logs. Whatever alerts are coming, those are live only, not recorded. Whatever dashboard we have, right, either on SOAR or on the SIEM or on the CrowdStrike, all are live, no recorded.
Sir, I also have a question. Are we covering Microsoft Azure Sentinel also?
Sentinel separate training we have.
Like we already have a batch for Sentinel, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Separate we have.
Okay. And in our same training, are we like integrate all the Linux device and other device and sending some logs to our Sentinel tools? These all should be live, right?
Right. Same what we do in Splunk, same will be doing in the Sentinel. Sentinel will be using service to service integration, right? Service to on-premises device integration, Sentinel to on-premises device integration. That all things will be covering.
Oh, thank you.
That is separate batch for Sentinel.
So your team is also preparing us for interviews and making resumes for us.
Interview questions, right? Whatever we cover from interview perspective, interview question will be shared here. Interview preparation session will be taken care here. I'll be taking care for interview preparation session. So you'll be ready for the interview after the session. After 2 months only, you'll be ready for the interview. You can start giving the interview. Which company you're working? What is the architecture of your company? What correlation role? What are top 10 incident which are firing? How to investigate particular incident? Right? These all things will be covered. So that will be become like an experienced, not a fresher. If you have gap or you're working on some other field, right? You'll become like an experienced after having this training. See, this is how we have designed this training. We have like diverse background people who are fresher, people who are having gap. They want to start like an experienced, people who are working already in different field. They want to get into cybersecurity as an experience like that. People who are working in cybersecurity, they want to enhance their knowledge, skills in cybersecurity in SOC. They're also joining the same batch, because it is not just starting or just L1 level. It is very in-depth training.
Sir, as you inform, 3 months LMS portal. 3-month LMS portal access you are giving. Sometimes working.
No, I am not saying that LMS portal access you will give. I did not mention that. I only said that in case you miss the class, you'll get the access.
And then how long access will be there?
If you miss initial class, you'll get temporary access, right? Let's say you miss the class today, you have to inform, you'll get a temporary access for 2 days. Once
future access is not there.
No. Once practical will be started, then you'll get the practical class access that will be valid for another 2 months. So that during practical sum you can revise.
Because the working, it's a problem will be happen sometimes.
So working that you will have access, right? You can watch it. And working, if you're not able to join, you can inform us. So you look at the access.
Okay. Individually, as per this.
Individually, you have to inform. Because our training is not generic training. Our training is not, I never use
I
any
can
slides.
understand. I can understand
In
it's a
my
very
training,
costly licensing and other things.
in my training, I never use any slides. Everything will be on the board and documentation required. When case then you will get it. Otherwise, we'll not use any slides. And whatever I'm going to train you, it will be written in your mind. That is for sure. And that is why we have so many people in our training, because of the quality of training.
Yes, Sulabh. I have already joined the R-side class earlier.
So that is, you might have realized.
Yes, yes.
Whatever training I deliver, I never use any slides. And same, I recommend people also learn in such a way so that it will be written in your mind.
Sir, you mean that we can't practice for on tools when we are like free? Only when the class is going on,
No.
we can
Lab
access.
access you will have 24/7. Minimum 2 months. Lab access you will have 24/7. Own time you can connect anytime.
So then what you said about that 2 days only?
I take about recording. He said if I am not able to join, so recording access. I said initial classes you will have temporary access only. When you are not able to join, once we start practical class, then practical class you will have access to the recording that you can watch from only for one device. That I said. However, lab access for all the tools you will have 3 months. You can access the lab 24/7. You'll have dedicated access 24/7 anytime you can access. Class will be on Zoom, yes. It will be on Zoom only. They starting from Tuesday. So Tuesday directly we start with this Splunk. What is SIEM and what is Splunk, right? So if you want to cover basic classes, I will be sharing my screen. I'll be sharing my screen. So if you're working night shift, then you can contact us. We'll give the temporary access to the recording so that you can cover it from recording as well. I'll be sharing my screen so you can cover this basic. Somebody was asking, right? What is proxy and what is firewall, right? You can cover this basics from my YouTube channel. If you can see my screen, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
You can search YouTube, SIEM Expert. You can see our YouTube channel, SIEM Expert YouTube channel. Do subscribe the channel as well, so that you get that.
For sure, for sure.
You go on the playlist, you can see this is the recent class only, introduction class only happened. You can see 4 days ago, only we have covered introduction, same class that I'm talking about. I only introduction, next class is on Tuesday only. So
this is
what
I
it is
joined
want to
already,
see
yeah.
how people are there is the introduction class. And basic classes, networking classes are there in YouTube. So any of the playlists you can watch, but this is the latest one. These all are initial classes only. Latest one is this one. So this 9 classes, career scope in cybersecurity, I already told you this today also. This 9 classes, 8 classes as 8 classes, which cover basic networking, router, switches, firewall, IPS, IDS, proxy, web gateway, email gateway, web application firewall, right? These are all things you can cover it here. Okay, so from Tuesday onwards, you already understood Splunk, right? Already understood SIEM, right? So what is SIEM? Again, I'll be covering on Tuesday, and we'll start with SIEM. What is SIEM and how to, what is the architecture of Splunk? What are different vendors available? What is the architecture of Splunk, right? And how to integrate devices. Everything is starting from, it's very in depth, like integration of devices, writing correlation roles that we talk about, investigation, analysis, everything is going to be covered here. So that will be able to work like an experienced. Okay, guys, anybody else, any query before we wind up? I'll be sharing the contact of my counselor, my sales team. If anybody wants to continue the batch, they can contact to her tomorrow. So
Can
she'll
you
be
hear
happy
me, sir?
What?
So I'm saying that if anyone wants a free service, so you have any other sessions other than paid?
Other than?
Other than paid sessions, like you
like
talked about.
YouTube, free session like YouTube or like masterclass that we have.
Okay, sir.
We conduct masterclass and free session are in YouTube. Group is there. WhatsApp group is there. I can share this WhatsApp group. What is the link of WhatsApp group? You did not fill up the form. I will share with you. Actually, today is Sunday, so all my employees are having holiday. That's the reason I'm the alone. But next time only, next time I will ask them to join, so that they can share the detail. I'll share the link, this one group link. So anybody, if you are not the part of the group, you can join the group. I'm logging to my WhatsApp. So training fee is 35,000 plus GST means 41,300. So masterclass people will get some discount. So you can talk to my team tomorrow. I'll share share her number, my team's number on the group. You can talk to her, so you will get some discount.
So your team is making resume also for us after the
Resume, I'll be sharing you, not individual resume, but whatever things we have covered, right? Each and every point we'll understand, and then we'll write on a resume. Whatever point, whatever things we have covered, based on that, we'll create a resume in the session itself. Only thing is you have to write experience. That's it. How many years in a company? Rest point will remain same. Whatever we have covered, that same thing we have to write, isn't it? And certain point, if you're not confident in case, right, then you can remove those points, or certain more things you know, certain more skills you have, then you can add those personal skills yourself.
You will send the contact him in WhatsApp group.
I think my team has shared the link. No, but you have the group, right? Mahima from my team has shared the group link already, so you can join that group.
Okay.
She has shared the group already. So that link, if you are not the part of that group, you can join to that group again. No, not sorry. I have copy. It's not copying, I think. In Zoom, it is not allowed to copy, it seems. Only you can post, but you cannot copy. So you have to join, I think, using web. You cannot copy. You can just click on that, it will open in the browser, then only you can copy the link. Okay, shall we wind up?
Yes.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. I hope to see you on Tuesday. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.